Was Matt's fault. Skin under pressure was Matt's decision. Will he get the surgery or not? He doesn't know. So he zoomed into his eyeball. Let's talk about it. And welcome to this special little video, because we're gonna talk about a subject I've tried to film multiple times, but I keep forgetting little details that are actually really important. So let's go again. So as you can see by the title there, I did get an adult circumcision at age 33. Now, this is something I've wanted for a really long time. I know that there are a lot of people out there. There's a big movement apparently going on. I did not discover this until after I'd had it done. But there's a big movement where a lot of people are saying you shouldn't do it. Okay, I get that, but let me talk to you about why I did it, because my only goal here, I have one goal at the end of this video. I want to make sure if there's even one person out there that I can help who maybe was in my situation and sees that it worked out for me, because let me just tell you, it worked out for me, we're good. I want to help that one person. If that happens, great. The same reason why I made the video a little while back about when I went through my bout with testicular cancer. I had at least a handful of people messaging me, telling me, should I go in? I saw your video, and I'm like, yes, and so that makes me feel good, and that's what I want. I want to try to use any influence I have to try to help out any of the people that are watching this video. Is it an embarrassing subject? I mean, I'm not embarrassed about it. I was for years and years and years and years and years, but like, I just don't, the show kind of helped me get over the embarrassment factor of it. I just don't care anymore. But is it funny? Yeah, I mean, foreskin's a funny subject. It's giggle proof. It's giggle proof. I don't even think that's a word. That sounds like the most inappropriate thing I could have said to talk about this. Okay, so let's just start from the very beginning, okay? And I do also want to stress this. If you at any time want to send me a private message and ask me about the experience or any advice, or if you just want to throw it down in the comments, I'm gonna be reading and responding. So whatever you're comfortable with, private or public, it's all good. But let's start why I got it, okay? Because a lot of people were like, especially at the actual hospital, I had quite a few of the nurses, although they were all sweethearts, but quite a few of them asked my parents directly because they were there, why didn't you have this done when he was a child? I mean, it's a fair question. When I was born, I had a kidney that was not working right. I don't think it was completely dead or anything, but it was not running at all. It was not running correctly. So for about 2 years of my life, from being born to being 2, I was in and out of hospitals all the time. The doctors basically told my parents that because of at the time I was having so many medical issues, they didn't want to put me through any more unnecessary pain or stress or whatever. So we just didn't get it done. And normally that would be completely fine, because 99% of people that don't get this surgery when they're born, they don't have any issues. I happen to be in the 1% where I did have issues, and throughout my entire life, in any sexual encounter, I've always had a little bit of pain, a little bit of tightness, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just enough distractions to where I wasn't, I was still enjoying what I was doing. I was still getting those ladies, but it always caused an issue for me. And back in my head, I was always worrying about it. I was always thinking about it. And at the age of, I was working at UPS at the time. This is way back in the day. I almost got it done because I had insurance. UPS just had amazing insurance. That's the only reason that was a good job. And I was going through the process and I chickened out. And so here we are, and I told you guys over the past year or so, I've wanted to let's just make a change. Because life is too damn short. And with the passing of not only Total Biscuit, that hurt a lot. I mean, I knew it was coming, but that really, really affected me emotionally, because I was a huge fan of his. And I didn't have a lot of interactions with him, a couple here and there off of Twitter, but I really respected him. And that was it. And again, I knew it was coming, but fuck, man. And then with John Schnepp, I hope I'm saying the last name right. I wasn't a giant fan of his, but I really respected him because of that documentary he did on the Death of Superman Lives and his stuff on Collider. I would watch that every once in a while, and that hit me hard too. Of course, that was after I had the surgery. But I'm just saying, overall, life is too short. If you have something, for 33 years, I've been sitting around and just not getting this done because I was afraid of what? A 4 to 6 week, recovery time? What's 4 to 6 weeks out of your entire life? What's 4 to 6 weeks out of a year? It's not much. It's a month and a half, max. So just do it, get it over with. I am on day 22 of my recovery now, 22, something like that. And yeah, was it hell the first 2 weeks? It was awful. It was absolutely awful. I was couch bound, I couldn't move. I just basically got high the entire time. and just watched movies and TV and slept on and off because they had me on some painkiller stuff and it just knocked me out. So, but with that being said, I think it was worth it, and I really want to stress to you guys, and this doesn't just talk, I'm not just talking about the circumcision and talking about that, I'm talking about anything in your life. You gotta just do it. We only have so much time. We only have so much time, and it's really, the older I'm getting now, the more I am seeing that it's not about waiting for tomorrow, it's about making today special. And that's what I want to do, and that's why I just said, fuck it, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. One of the next things I'm going to do in about a year or two is I'm going to start focusing on my shoulder. Oh, thank you, Ziegler. He's decided to play. I'm going to start focusing on my shoulders because I have loose shoulder joints. I've had them forever. I used to get them dislocated all the time. They still pop out every once in a while. And so the next goal is in a year, I'm just gonna walk in and be like, what do I have to do? Is it gonna be surgery? Is it gonna be working out? I'm gonna see what the doctors say and we're gonna move from there. But seize the day. Go get it, go and just dominate, because you have to. Once it's done, it's done. And I get that, hey, you're religious and you think that there's an afterlife, but why are you waiting for that? Do it now if that is the case. Live your life. Little warnings. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of advice on my recovery and what I had to do. As far as the stitches, fuck the stitches. They were the worst part of this entire experience, and that is because I was told by the doctor early on, or the nurse, that, because I called in and I was like, man, I have a couple stitches that are just nailing me, and I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything. And they said, well, you can trim the tips of the thing off, the stitches. And okay, so I got a extremely sharp pair of scissors from my mom who brought it. Shout out to my mom and dad, by the way, they've been bringing me tons of food, the water, they've been taking care of me, so thank you parents, they hooked me up. But so I went in and I tried to trim off this stitch, and so I got it lined up, and it's a very delicate situation because my penis at that time may or may not have looked like an inflated balloon trying to come out of an elephant's asshole. So I'm trying to get this thing, and I finally got it. Okay, I grabbed the stitch, I have it up, and I get the scissors, and I'm putting it on, and I go to do the scissors, and these are really sharp scissors, by the way. They're like sewing scissors. It got caught. I don't know if you guys ever done that before, when you're trying to cut something that doesn't quite cut, and it just goes like, here you go, we got the stitch here, and we got the scissors, it just went, and it got stuck up in there, and it ripped out the stitch a little bit. That was awful. Basically, I waited for the stitches to about 3 weeks. It was 2 days ago where I cut them. I waited until they had started to dissolve a little bit. So they got a little weaker, and then I went and I could trim all the tips. So now I'm good. Now I can actually go see movies, I can leave. I can't go for very long because it does still weigh me down a little bit, but that was essentially it. I'm getting used to the sensitivity switch, going from, having a helmet on while I'm riding my bike all the time to go, whee! It was definitely a switch. It was definitely a change of pace. I'm still not fully used to it, but I'm getting used to it. And I've heard that it could take months sometimes before you do. And that's completely fine. I have a lot of time to dedicate to this. So again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it. If you do want to talk about it privately instead of publicly, again, completely understandable. Shoot me a private message on Facebook, on YouTube, on what, I think YouTube actually got rid of the private messages. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't fucking matter. I check all of them, so that's that. Seize the day, and please, by all means, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a goal here. The best foreskin joke will get pinned at the top of the comments. So let me see what you got. Bring it on, motherfuckers. Go out and kick some ass. Thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with the absence of streams. They will be back very soon. Trust me, I miss them. I just can't sit in the chair at that angle for super long. Although that's about to change. I've been kind of testing it out and it's getting better. So we're gonna have a set schedule for streams, which is something a lot of people were asking for. And I wanted to, because I want it to feel, I don't want it to be a job, but I want it to feel like it has some sort of order. But it's all coming back. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all the support you guys have shown us. And hopefully we'll keep this journey going together.